We've shown you what you could get for $1 million in Tokyo. We've shown what you could get for $5,000 a month in Tokyo. And today we're going to show you what you can get for $2 million in Tokyo. And just like the other video we did, we are now in front of the most expensive building in Tokyo. This is Azabudai Hills, the JP Mori Tower. And the penthouse in here was reportedly sold for somewhere around $100 to $150 million. Unfortunately, there's no $2 million apartments in there, but we're gonna see 3 really nice ones today. So let's go take a look. For our first property, we're here in Kagurazaka. This is one of my favorite parts of town, and I consider it really underrated. It used to be a geisha town, so people used to come here and have fun, and right behind me is where the property itself is. Before we go inside, let's go see the neighborhood. Kagurazaka isn't really a place that tourists come to visit, but it is one of Tokyo's nicest neighborhoods to live in for the quiet luxury crowd. Located in the western part of Shinjuku, near the Kanda River, this hilly neighborhood is dotted with some of Tokyo's best restaurants and cafes, making it a favorite among people who like living in a walkable neighborhood. As I mentioned before, this was an entertainment district, but it also has deep roots in Buddhism, with the local Zenkokuji temple going back to the 16th century. Due to its historically large population of French people, it is sometimes called Little Paris, and as its name suggests, here you can find plenty of French patisseries, bakeries, and bistros. Ho ho ho! Now, let's grab a croissant and go back to the property. And now we are inside, and well, first off, you can see you have a very large entrance, at least for Japanese standards, where you have to take off your shoes, because that's what they do here. And then you can stick them right into this shoe storage right over here. But to be honest, this might not seem like enough shoe storage, and yeah, I would say so, because this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, so that means you're gonna have a lot of people in here. So they gave you a little bit more over here with these full stack shoe closets right over here, but the nice thing about these is that these can come off or just be moved up and down. So you could also turn these into coat storage. You can have these become just a coat closet for you. So that's always nice to have. And even if that's not enough for you, you have a bit more storage right over here. This is all good for shoes. You could maybe chuck a suitcase or 2 in there. And if even that isn't enough shoe storage for you, well, this place has you covered. Just come right into here and you'll see you have basically a bedroom-sized room just for storage. So yes, you can put your shoes in here, you can put your coats in here, more suitcases, anything you need, right? But as I was saying before, this is a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, so let's go see that half bath first. It's right over here. And of course, the toilet is very happy to see you. This being Japan, you have to have the nicest toilets ever, right? So this is a Neorest, it's a Toto, it's their highest top of the line toilet. I've said this on the channel before, I'll say it again. The rounder the toilet, the more expensive it is. Not quite sure why that is, but you also have a really nice sink over here to wash up after you've washed up. But there is also the living dining room kitchen, which we will get to in a minute. But before that, let's go see the bedrooms. So this is the first of the 3 bedrooms, and it's not too big, but at the same time, I don't think it's too small. You have plenty of storage over here, and yeah, you can see you have a really cool view because this is in the middle of Kagurazaka, which is an old part of Tokyo. You have all these really cool old Japanese style houses. This used to be an entertainment district, so a lot of geishas and all that used to live around here. And you can kind of see that whole ambiance still in how it looks outside. The second bedroom is right around the corner from this. You can just come right through here and you'll see it's more or less the same, you know, same kind of view, same kind of closets over there. But one thing I do want to point out about this, which is really rare within Japan at least, is you have central heating and AC, and I can feel it on me right now. It is magnificent. But everybody usually just has it on the wall. They don't really look that good. Sure, you might save a little bit in electric costs, but I mean, if you have the option to have central, have central. But let's go see the last bedroom. So this is the master bedroom, and it's large and it's a corner, so you have plenty of natural light coming in from, you know, 2 sides at least. And what I really like about this place, not only the size and not only the sunlight that you're getting, is the size of the walk-in closet over here. This may not seem too amazing for other countries, but for Japan at least, this is a pretty good size for a walk-in. And you can imagine, you can have your big old bed, any size that you want, right over here, king, queen, super king, California king, doesn't matter. And you'll still have plenty of light waking you up in the morning. Even though you do have a building right next to you, you have plenty of privacy because there's really nobody looking into here from there. But let's go see the bathroom. So the bathroom is right next to all of the bedrooms, and as you can see, it's very chic, very gray and kind of dark inside. I kind of like how that looks. Places in Japan tend to be a bit brighter in the materials that they use, but this is quite nice and dark, right? You have your big old sink right here. It's only a single vanity, but that's okay because you have plenty of space around here. You have, again, your toilet right over here. This is another self-opening, happy to see you kind of toilet, which I always like to have. And what I really like about this bathroom is the bath area itself. So this is a Japanese style bath where you have a separate shower to the bath itself because you shower first, get all clean, then you get into the bath, which is absolutely gigantic. This might be one of the biggest on the channel so far. What I really like about this bath is you have 2 jacuzzi jets in here, so you can get a little massage while you're in your bath. And also you have a pretty substantial TV over here, which you can sit and watch all of your favorite YouTube channels on, you know? But my favorite part about this bath area is what happens when you press this button. Yeah, right? Mood lighting, I love having that. And if you notice, you'll see that this part right here is still lit up. It's a nice orange glow as well. So the whole idea with this is you're watching TV, you kind of have this as your pillow, and if you press this button next to me, which I'm not going to because I don't want to get really wet right now, basically this becomes a waterfall and it will start pouring hot water onto your shoulders like that. It's nice, it's relaxing, and well, it's luxurious. Now, let's see the last part of this condo. Welcome to the living room, come on in. Well, it's also the kitchen as well. So let's go see the kitchen first. As you can see, it is very nice. It's a good size for Japan standards at least. The whole place is about 135 or so square meters. That's maybe about 1,500 square feet or less. But this is a pretty good sized kitchen for that. And as you can see, you have plenty of storage, both right under the sink and then also under the dishwasher, which is right over here, of course. And, well, while you may not have an oven, this being Japan, you're almost always given a fish grill, right? So this is where you can grill some fish, do some toast, and in general just burn things because these are impossible to use. However, if you wanted to put an oven, you could. It would just go right into here, and they make ovens that are specifically made for these kind of kitchens, so that's not an issue. Above that, you have your 3-burner gas stove, so that's always nice to have, and of course, a modern hood right above it, so you're not gonna have to worry about the stinkers. But right over here also you have something that I haven't seen outside of Japan. This is specifically for rice cookers and other things that create steam. Because if you have a rice cooker inside of a cabinet, it's going to steam up the cabinet and then maybe make the wood go bad over time. So if you have it here though, you have this button up here that basically starts drawing air from out under here and then keeps it from getting it too moldy or anything in there. I quite like having that. But right next to the living, dining, kitchen area, which we'll see the rest of in a second, is something that I quite like. So this whole renovation was planned during COVID, and that's why they decided to make a little home office kind of thing. This is kind of a new thing in Japan, working from home, but this is a perfect little office to have. You have your windows leading into the hallway and all that. You have plenty of storage over here as well. And yeah, if you don't want to actually shut the door, you have a little privacy screen up here as well, if you would like. But right next to that, of course, you have, we didn't get to this yet, but the dining area, right? It's one big room, so this is the dining area. They have a 4-seater here. You could probably fit maybe a 6 to 8-seater if you wanted to. So this is your living area right over here, and it has a big old couch in it, but to be honest, it doesn't really seem too big. It seems the perfect size for this place. You could have your TV over here, and one reason that it doesn't feel too big is because you have these floor-to-ceiling windows right next to you, which, of course, lead out to your balcony, which is right over here. And it's, you know, not that big, but it's still usable. You could still have a couple of chairs out here, maybe have a couple of glasses of champagne or something once you bought the place, of course. And yeah, enjoy the outdoors, right? Not much of a view again, but
that's okay. To be honest, 2 million doesn't really get you that much in Tokyo. Now let's talk numbers. This place is from 1990, so it's a bit on the older side, but as you can see, the interior is completely newly renovated this year, so it's sparkly and clean, at least on the inside. And, well, it's about 136 square meters, maybe about 1,500 square feet or so. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, comes out to 298 million yen, which at today's rate is somewhere around $2.1 million. Pretty close to 2 mil. So let's go see the next one.
Nagatacho, the center of government in Japan. This neighborhood is all of Washington, D.C. crammed into an area only twice the size of Disneyland, with tons of government buildings everywhere you look. It's also home to the picturesque Hiei Shrine and the capital Tokyo Hotel, a luxury hotel known for its signature dishes of Indonesian fried rice and fried spare rib ramen. Just down the hill is Akasaka, a neighborhood we'll discuss in another video. Let's go see the apartment.
And now we're inside this vintage building from the late 1970s. I absolutely love how these old buildings looked, even down to, the door handles on these old doors. They're just really cool, you know? You can see this has an even larger entrance in the first place that we went to. It's just massive. And that's surprising because it's a smaller place and there's less bedrooms too. But this is perfect for the person who has a lot of fashion, let's say, because you open up this door right here and you can walk into your massive, and I mean massive, well, walk-in shoe closet. It goes all the way up to the ceiling, it goes around the corners like this too, but if that's not enough shoe storage for you, there's even more just right over here, as you can see. I love how the lights just kind of fade on as you go, by the way. So yes, this is good for shoe storage. You also have a coat rack in here as well. And this is going to be the theme with this place, hidden storage, because basically everywhere you look, it could be a wall or it could be a door. So for instance, this one right over here, this one isn't actually storage, but it's still a door, which leads to this, the other feature of this place, which is it doesn't use gas, no natural gas whatsoever, so everything is done by electric, and this is your electric water heater. So yeah, pretty important to have that, I guess, right? But come on over here and we'll see, speaking of which, the bathroom. So as you can see, you first walk into a pretty spacious vanity. You have the dual sink setup. These are very nice Duravit sinks with the porcelain actual sink right here. And of course, plenty of storage on both sides. And my favorite, yes, hi cameraman, my favorite thing in the world, medicine cabinets, right? But what I really like about this, of course, is the bath itself, which you may have seen this one before. Where have you seen this one before? I'll give you a hint. It was the first one that we saw as well. This is the exact same overall model of bath. However, there's a few differences with this one. First off, the TV is about double the size. Yes, that is about double the size of the first one. And two, while you still have the jets in here and you have this kind of pillow thing that allows water to come onto your shoulders like a waterfall, this one has Bluetooth in it. So yes, you can set up your phone to connect with the shower and then pump music into here. I find that to be really nice. But enough about this bathroom. Let's go see the bedrooms. So as I said, this place is only a 2-bedroom, and the master bedroom is actually the closer one to the entrance, so it's right here. And if you come in, you'll see it's pretty sizable. You can fit most size beds in here, no problem. You could have a little lounge space or something like that. What I really like about this place is the size of the closet. Yes, this is more or less the same size as the closet in the front of the apartment. So yeah, you have all this space just for yourself, not even for your shoes. They go on the front, so everything else goes into here. But there is one more bedroom, so let's go see that. It's right down here. But before we do that, I wanted to show you, as I said before, the theme of this place is hidden storage, and you have a lot more storage in here. This could fit, I don't even know what you could put into here. Skis, suitcases, anything large. If you have a TV you don't need, you could just kind of shove it in there too, I guess. But yeah, come on, let's come over here and see the second and last bedroom, which honestly, I would probably use this either as a guest bed or maybe as like a little office-y kind of space. You have plenty of natural light coming in. It's kind of dark right now already, but believe me, it was bright before. And I didn't show you this coming out of the master bedroom, but you actually have a very nice balcony right over here. And you'll see it's not that big in total, but it's not narrow. right? So that's the thing, is if you have a square balcony like this, you can fit some chairs and all that. And it's also pretty cool because you have the view of the baseball field over there, and yeah, people like their baseball in this country. So yeah, let's go see the rest of the place. So the last part of this is the living dining kitchen, but before that, I did want to show you this. So this is where your washing machine would go. Places in Japan generally don't have built-in washers and dryers and refrigerators for that matter, and that is the case here as well. You see, that is where you would put your washer dryer on top of. Now, some people like to have it visible, so you can just kind of push these doors in and then get rid of them, or you could do as it was before and make it all disappear pretty easily. But right next to that, we do have another thing that I love, which is, of course, the toilet. So this is a different model of toilet than in the first one. This is by Inox, which is Toto's biggest competitor over here. Last up is my favorite part of the place by far, which would be the living, dining, and kitchen. I just love this combination of the dark woods with the kind of lighter stone and occasional natural colors from the wallpaper over here. Yes, this is wallpaper, but it's actually made out of cloth, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But as you can see, this would be where your TV goes. You could fit a 115-inch over there, there's no problem. Or you could put a little TV over here if you prefer that. It's up to you. But what I really like about this is just the amount of display space. So basically everything over here is well lit to put all of your trinkets, knickknacks, bottles of wine, I don't know, whatever you'd like, just to show off to everybody else. And then also if there's stuff that you don't want to show off necessarily, all of this is actually storage, as you can see. It goes all the way from there to here as well. And, well, what would a living dining kitchen be without the kitchen? And here is the kitchen. So this is a prefab kitchen. This is from Lixil, which is one of the biggest kitchen manufacturers in Japan. And it is probably their highest grade that they make, mostly because of what they did with this sink. They pulled out all the stops and put this thing in here, which I can't figure out how to use. So how do you use this sink? You just put your hands above it like that, and then it automatically turns on. It's an automatic sink, so you don't have to get things dirty when you're washing dishes. I like that idea. And right next to it, just like the first place, you do have a dishwasher. I think it's actually a bit bigger in this place, so that's always nice. And unlike the first one, two things unlike it. First off, this is an induction heat stove. So these are becoming more and more common in Japan. Some people prefer these to gas, some people prefer gas to this. I don't know, it's up to you. But this is obviously better for the environment, so that's always nice. This one does have another fish grill as well, but unlike the first one, this one actually has an oven. Albeit a pretty small one, but it's still an oven, you know? And that's more than most Japanese apartments can say about themselves. And I mean, I love everything about this place. If you look around, just the amount of storage that you can see in and the amount of storage that you can't see in or even find for that matter, it's full of mysteries. Now, the only thing that's not a mystery is the price. This place comes out to 278 million yen, which right now is about $1.95 million. Pretty close to 2 million as well. Now, let's go see the last one.
Ikebukuro is completely different than the other two we've seen. Being the gateway to the prefecture of Saitama in the north, this is a major transport hub in Tokyo, and with almost 3 million users a day, this is the third busiest station in the world. It tends to get crowded on the weekends and during rush hour, but slightly rainy nights like this really bring out the unintended beauty of this town. If you go, definitely check out Eiri, one of the best Szechuan restaurants in Tokyo. Make sure to order the dry hot pot, a mixture of spicy chicken and vegetables cooked right on your table. Ikebukuro is not classically thought of as a high-end neighborhood, but this property may start to change that perception. Let's go in.
And now we are inside the last one of the video. And you know, well, the other ones were completely renovated. This one is a brand new building, so it has a little bit of a different vibe to it than the other ones. Let me just first show you what we have right here. Of course, we have our walk-in shoe closet, just like the other ones. But unlike the other ones, you'll notice right away that the place is a bit more compact. Yes, when you talk about buying a building that is brand new, that it's going to be a lot smaller than an older one. They don't really make things that big anymore, that's probably why. But yeah, you can see right here you have a nice bathroom, nice little toilet right there just to take a visit in right when you get back home. And you also have this wall over here, which I thought was a shoe closet or something like that, but no, it's just mirrors. And if you can see all of the fingerprints on here, it looks like a lot of other people that viewed the place thought the same as myself. But this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and well, right here you can see what they're considering the first bedroom. And it's not really a bedroom, it's more just like an office, but yeah, it has carpet on the floor, it's very plush, it's very quiet in here. I like having that, and it's right next to the master bedroom, which would just be right over here. And as you can see, this is big, guys. This is super big. Yeah, this is big for a living room in Japan, let alone a master bedroom or any bedroom for that matter. And of course, with a big bedroom, you need to have a big closet. And yeah, that's exactly what they give you right over here. So you can have all your clothes in here, you know, plenty of space for that. Any size bed that you want. You could have multiple beds, you could have a little desk over there, or maybe, I don't know, a little lounge chair or something like that. But what I do like about this bedroom is that you don't even have to go to the living room in order to let people in, because you have your little intercom system right here to do that. Another thing is that every room in here actually has its own floor heating panel. So yes, this has its own floor heating. The only one that doesn't is a little carpeted room next door, but you don't really need it in there anyway. But right next to this is also the bathroom. So let's go check that out. It's right here actually, and as you can see, it's brand new, as is everything in here. Never been used before. You have a nice little granite countertop here with a dual vanity setup, of course. So you have plenty of storage in here as well, with all of these nice drawers below, and also, of course, the medicine cabinet above. All of this opens up, so you have plenty of behind mirror storage. And right over here would be the actual bath area. And this one isn't as interesting as the other two. Basically, you have to think of it this way. If you're going to be selling an apartment that is a bit older, a lot of people don't want to buy it because it's old. Japanese people tend to not like old places. So in order for you to sell that kind of place, you would need to kind of make it a bit more unique than normal, right? But if you have a brand new place, people start to care a bit less about the furnishing itself. So that's why you have a nice bath, but it's just not as nice of a bath as the other ones, right? But yeah, that's the bathroom area. So let's go see the living room. Here it is, guys, the living, dining, and kitchen, and it is quite large. The whole place is 103 square meters. It comes out to about 1,100 square feet. And, well, the majority of it, it seems, is taken up by the living, dining, kitchen space, which I love having a bigger one like this, right? First off, you have your kitchen over here. It's a nice peninsula kitchen just connected to that wall, again, with the same kind of counters that you have in the bathroom that I just showed you. But the nice thing about this, in my opinion, is you don't really get this in Japan too often, but you actually have a proper pantry in here, so you can have all your dry goods in there ready for you right next to your kitchen. But if you take a look over here, you'll see, since this is a brand new building and also it's a pretty large one, they tend to put everything into it that they can. So that means that you have a garbage disposal right over here, which in America is very normal, but in Japan it's almost unheard of unless it's a really, really new building just like this one. And also, of course, you have this little detachable thing on the sink itself and a separate water purifier right next to it. And everything else in here, pretty standard. You have your Japanese sized little dishwasher right over here. You don't have an oven, but you could put it right there if you wanted to, but you do have a fish grill above it, of course, and a 3-burner gas stove. Never been used before. Everything in here is brand new. They also added this little storage over here right next to where the fridge would be, because in Japan you don't get a fridge when you buy a place new. So you're gonna have to get one of those yourself. But let's take a look at the rest of the living space. They don't have a TV right here, but this is where you would basically put it. Quite nice little space, you know. And you have not the biggest table. Honestly, they could have gone for a bit bigger of a dining table, but they tried. Right. The furniture does not come with this place, so you would have to buy it yourself anyway. So this is the living, dining, kitchen, and there is another guest bed. So let's go take a look at that. So now we're in the guest bed, and you can tell it's a bedroom and not really supposed to be an office because they give you not only one, but 2 walk-in closets. Yes, a his and her walk-in closet. And this is the first time I've actually seen this in Japan. It's almost unheard of. They're pretty spacious too, honestly. I mean, they're deep at least. So this one doesn't have that much in terms of rack space, but this one, you have plenty of space to put all of your clothing and whatever else you want to put into here. But there was one thing that I didn't mention. This is on the 30th floor. Yeah, it's the top floor of this building. And what that means is you're gonna get a really nice view. So let's go see that. And this is that view, guys. As you can see, this is south-facing, so you're going to be getting as much sun as you possibly could all throughout the day. It's already in the afternoon, so we're getting the nice afternoon sunlight coming in right now. And you can see basically all of, or at least a little bit of all of the major landmarks in Tokyo. First off, to our left, you can see just the tip of Skytree. Yes, just the tip. And then also over there, you can also see just the tip, but you can still see the tip of Tokyo Tower. That's amazing. But you can also see all of Shinjuku over there with all of its crazy buildings, which at night looks beautiful, by the way. And even over there, it's a bit hazy today, so you can't quite see it, but you have Mount Fuji. Yes, to the west of us is Mount Fuji. And even closer to us, you see some really cool things around you, because this around us is all low-rises and mid-rise level buildings. Nothing around us, except for maybe that building, is tall, right? So you have great views of all the things around you, including Rikyo University, which is right in front of us. It has a really cool vibe to it, almost kind of like a English college looking thing. You can kind of see one of the buildings down there. So this place has an amazing view, and with an amazing view, of course, comes a big price. This comes out to 335 million yen, which is about $2.25 million with today's exchange rate. So which of the 3 was your favorite? Make sure to leave it in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.